Coming up in this episode of What's Up Emerald Coast, Okaloosa Island will soon have a dedicated pedestrian bike path from Brooks Bridge to Marler Bridge in Destin. And we'll learn about another local food truck, AA Spice of Life, in our local gem segment. We'll tell you more right after this intro. Hey, what's up, Emerald Coast? Welcome to the show.
How's everybody doing? My name is Bobby Durrell with Emerald Coast Connected, and
I'm RJ Murdoch with Emerald Coast TV. And we're here. This show is all about showing the best of people, places, and happenings here on the Emerald Coast.
Absolutely. We're all about highlighting those local businesses, those local events and establishments, and honestly, keeping local things local.
All right, and we're going to start things off right now with an interview I had with our current County Commissioner, Carolyn Ketchel, about two things that take place right here, and I'm very excited about it because I heard about it several years ago, and they finally are getting to the point where the review is being done for the bike paths. But don't let me tell you about it. We'll let her tell you all about it.
So my name's Carolyn Ketchel. I've been here for 35 years. I came here with my husband shortly after we married. He is from here. He's been here since 1958. And we made this our home. And I never saw myself becoming a county commissioner, but about 9 years ago, I was approached by some of the community leaders, and I thought about it, and I said, yes, I'm going to try to do this. I've enjoyed it, and I think one of the reasons I enjoyed it is exactly what I'm going to talk about today, is that I have a vision for some projects, and one of them is a bike path. We are in Veterans Park, which is in my district. It's a beautiful park right by the convention center. The way you get to it is you come into the convention center parking lot, and you will see the beautiful plaza with the flags flying over that represent all of our armed forces. And there's a beautiful path here that will take you through so that you can view the Women's Veterans Monuments. And the bike path is coming across Brooks Bridge to Marlar Bridge, which we know is Destin Bridge. And we've been working with the military for over 4 years to accomplish this. You might think, well, geez, it's a straight line. How can it take so much? Well, there's a lot of entrances and exits and Beasley Park and a lot of things that go into this. Before we get into why I wanted to do this bike path, let me tell you a little bit about my own background. When I was 21 and my brother was 17, he was killed on a bicycle. That, for me, just kind of provoked a lifelong desire to have bike paths for safety. And when we moved here, year after year, I've seen on 98 how so many people have been killed or injured on that what looks like a very straight line. But the problem is people go very fast, and it's also distracted driving. So we're creating this 12-foot wide bike path on the south side. And there will be a barrier that will prevent traffic from crossing onto that or using that as a shoulder. So there will be exits and entrances like there currently are where people can go on and off to use the beach, but it will be a safe area for people to walk, to jog, to bicycle, to push a baby carriage. Really, it's going to be that safe. And then when we get to the Marler Bridge, it is our hope that we will be able to go under the bridge and eventually come down the north side and come into Veterans Park in the Women's Veterans Monument area. We have a lot of green space. We have 17 and a half beautiful acres here, so we want to be able to have people come down the north side and go around and go into the park and then come back out and continue their journey back to Brooks Bridge to Fort Walton Beach. We have 23 miles of paved road in the south end of this county that do not have adequate bike paths. What we call bike paths, those little narrow things that people try to drive on, are really suicide lanes, in my opinion. What I'm envisioning here and what you will see go into place very shortly is a beautiful 12-foot wide bike path that is very safe with a barrier. And on your right side will be the Gulf of Mexico, and on the left side will be 98, until we're able to build the one coming back on the north side. The bike path itself is in design phase right now. There's a couple of things that we're looking at, and one of the concerns we have is the cost of asphalt right now to lay it. But if everything goes according to plan, By April 2023, you should see this bike path go into place. And I'm very excited about this. Probably more excited than anybody else, although I've heard from military men and women, people in the community, everybody wants to see this go into place.
So what do you think about that? Isn't that
That's
the
going to be
coolest
awesome.
thing?
That'll
I have
be
been
a
waiting
really-
for something like that. I've been riding a bike in this area since I got here in the military back in '83, and I used to drive along. And it's really changed quite a bit, especially after they did all the construction, reconstruction of Highway 98 after Ivan. Now it's a little bit more raised up. You can drop off the shoulder really easily, so you only have a narrow path to work with. So I was very excited when I heard about this going to be happening. And I mean, there's other things to consideration. I've seen other areas that have like boardwalks along their coast and stuff like that. They're talking about on the south side, like all the beach access along Okaloosa Island, that they're also going to add some paved parking spaces so people don't have to park in the sand anymore to that as well. And then I actually even mentioned the ideas of how are you also considering the possibility of permitting food trucks or some other concessions so that, to help people that are going to the beach, come off the beach and be able to get some refreshments and stuff like that. Or even some basic, like some water fountains along the way. So, but it all sounds really cool. And the Veterans Park, I did not even, I mean, I was there last year and I think they were just starting the construction, but I had no idea about the statues and how cool that little path is. So this is something that's available right now. So if you get a chance to be able to do it, you should be able to go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. The thing that really got my attention and that I thought was great was having that barrier that they're going to have. So a 12-foot wide path and then have a barricade. I mean, to me, that just makes it incredibly safe, makes it smart, makes it the right thing to do.
But what she mentioned was also what you think about is that you saw through that drone footage, all the entrances and exits. How do you go ahead and set that up so that it's safe for people to be able to go across? Or do we push it back further so it's further away from any of the entrances? That's where the north side makes more sense because there's less in and outs. Plus, you may be able to push it up against towards where the water is, more or less. So it's hard to say exactly what works best, but it's going to be kind of cool, and I hope I wish her luck up in the upcoming election so she can continue with these projects as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be a really neat thing to see as part of our county. I know a lot of friends that I have, a lot of people that I know that are bicycle enthusiasts complain that they don't have anywhere that they can do it. So that'll be really cool. Nice thing to add.
So you also got a chance to go out into the community. What do you have to highlight for us
Yes,
today?
I did. So continuing on my quest to talk and find some of the greatest local businesses out there. Look, I didn't get my size by skipping meals. So some of the easiest places to talk to are restaurants. And this week I stopped by and I talked to A&A Spices Life. Ash and his wife, great couple over there. I'll let the video speak for itself.
That's all that beautiful footage.
Hey guys, Bobby Durrell here with Emerald Coast Connected, home of your Shop Local Revolution, and I am at another local gym, this time in the town of Cinco Bayou. Believe it or not, I didn't know that we had any real big businesses in the town of Cinco Bayou, but here we are, A&A Spices Life. I got to tell you guys, for me personally, this is one of my favorite places as far as Cubans. I think this is the best Cuban in town. And when I say in town, I don't mean just the town of Cinco Bayou, right?
That's
correct. You guys do a phenomenal job here. This is Ash and Alba, the A and the A of Spices Life. We're not going to get into who goes first and who goes second in that one. I don't want to get in trouble there, right? It's Alba and Ash. Alba.
It's always Alba. It's always her.
So guys, tell me a little bit about the cuisine, a little bit about the food here. It seems like you do a little bit of everything.
We do like to do things that most people don't do on a food truck. And we try to do a little twist on most of the things. We are the only place that sells birria ramen, which is one of our top selling items on the menu. We also do, as you mentioned, Cuban sandwich. We also have the best muffalata in town.
Muffalata.
You just gotta try it.
So right there, muffalata, birria and ramen, and a Cuban, all in the same place. And I gotta tell you,
don't forget, we also have the birria quesadilla, the birria tacos, but with always a choice of pork or beef.
Always. And I got to tell you guys, it's great. This is a wonderful, it's not exactly what you expect from food trucks. They got a great little outdoor sitting area, a little ticky-tack to play. You can have some cornhole going on here. It's right next to the nature trail, right? Starts and stops here, Laguna Park.
Nature Trail. Yeah, right in front of it. It's right behind Bank of America.
Yes, right behind Bank of America, right off of Eglin Parkway and Yacht Club, right behind, next to Clark's Barber Lounge. Right here, it's on Troy Street. It's a little off the beaten path, but I tell you, it's absolutely worth that whole extra 200 feet you got to drive to get off of Eglin Parkway.
Plenty of parking, easy in and out.
Absolutely. Come and see Ash and Alba. You're not going to regret it. It's a great vibe. It's a great feel. It's a laid-back atmosphere, and it is phenomenal food. A&A Spices Life on Troy, right off of Eglin Parkway, behind the Bank of America building. You can't miss them. Guys, thanks a lot. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.
All right. And we'll see y'all guys at the next place.
Come back and join us soon.
Don't forget, the challenge of the beer ramen is really good. All for what you're trying to get the challenge for beer ramen for the spicy level.
Challenge for the spicy level. So you heard it here. She's throwing down the gauntlet. You get the spiciest, hey, we'll give you a shout out. How about that?
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
I got to take great couple. Had a lot of fun talking with them. Wonderful food. A lot of passion in that food. Alba just brings some passion and work into it. Ash was a classically trained chef. He's actually worked at a lot of bigger places in town. He just wanted some lower overhead and wanted to do the food truck life so he could experiment with more and just provide good quality food.
Now, he realizes that we do this show right before lunch.
Right.
Last week, it was Cowheads, and guess where I went for lunch right afterwards? I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea. I should be coming to the studio and already eaten, but
I kind of laughed about that when I pulled together for this week's shout out, and I knew it was A&A. I did have that thought to myself. I'm like, RJ's going to kill me because he's going to be hungry again. And I got to tell you, the muffalata, phenomenal. And I consider myself a little bit of a Cuban sandwich snob, in all honesty. And I got to tell you, I think it's one of the best Cuban sandwiches we have around right now. I absolutely love their Cuban.
I'm starting to think now that I should be going with you when you're getting ready to do these interviews so that I could also maybe help out a little bit.
Help out, eat a little bit.
Yeah. So, hey, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show here a little bit with some upcoming events. We're going to go ahead and let Bobby actually bring up his site, Emerald Coast Connected, and see if we can bring up his desktop here. And then he's just going to go ahead and talk through a couple of events, and then I'm going to pull it back, and I've got one more event that if he doesn't mention it, I will bring it up because it's going to be a big one happening here next week.
Absolutely.
All right, so we can bring it on to you.
All right, so here we are, emeraldcoastconnected.com. It's our site. It's what we bring to you. We try to keep up on all the local businesses. This is a great place. A&A Spices Life that we've featured here this week, as well as Cowhead and other businesses are in here. You can find more businesses in here. If you're not finding a business in, reach out. We'd love to get them in here and get them listed. A lot of things going on. What we're going to talk to you today about is the events. And so if we come over into the events section, what you'll see here is a list of all the events that we've got upcoming. About 665 events that we've got here along the Emerald Coast. We know we don't have them all, but we try to get as many as we can. And I will tell you right now that, look, you can come through. We've got all the categories over here. Feel free to adjust them down so that you're seeing exactly what you're looking for. We also provide you a calendar view, so you can pop in and get a local community calendar view. Simply select your date, and we're going to kind of draw everything down to what is on that specific date. So a lot of great things coming up this week. We try to keep live music, concerts in here, as well as community events, things for the children, things for the family, and things for charity. So one big shout out that I want to give this week, because I'm a big believer in it. One Blood's Big Red Bus is going to be at CDJRF. That's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat right here in Mary Esther Cutoff, right next to TGI Fridays. They will be taking blood on Saturday, the 20th, from 10 a.m. until about 4 p.m. So by all means, make an appointment, go down. The blood that you give could give a life to someone. So, RJ, I know I didn't talk about too much, but
Well, at least you got a chance to show
yeah.
them where it was on on your website there. It's really a good resource. You're doing a good job keeping up. Now, I'm not sure you are aware of this or have it on your calendar, but I will tell you next Friday, which I believe is August 26th, is going to be a special day in Niceville. It's going to be a memorial celebration service for their canine service dog who just got killed in a car accident last week. It'll be at the Maddie Kelly Arts Center. It is open to the public, but it also will be live streamed on Emerald Coast TV, as well as the City of Niceville's Facebook page. So if you want to see a lot of officers coming out to really go ahead and show their support for one of their fallen, even though he's a canine, those guys put their lives on the line just as much.
Canines put their lives on the line just as much as any of those officers. And I know it's an incredibly special bond that the officer and the canine officer share. And, the loss of anyone on our police force, any member of it, is always a tragic event. And, I know he had won a lot of awards. He had done a lot of great things. He was really, about midway through his career. So he still had a lot left to give.
So if you got a chance, it starts at 10 o'clock next Friday, Maddie Kelly Arts Center. But if you're not able to make it, but you still like to be able to tune in and watch it live or watch a replay of it, go ahead and go to emeraldcoasttv.com and you'll be able to get it directly there, or even go to the City of Niceville's Facebook page. They should have it on there as well, but definitely on emeraldcoasttv.com. So with that, I think we're pretty much kind of wrap up the show.
I think that does give us a wrap for this week.
That's Bobby.
That's me. I'm going to give
RJ.
us a shameless plug for Emerald Coast Connected. I'm going to tell you, come check us out, emeraldcoastconnected.com. We try to keep up on everything that we can, from local businesses, events, community news, you name it, it's there. We'd love to have you a part. If you don't see us covering something, reach out to us and get there. We want you to join the Shop Local revolution.
And there you go. All right, until next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.